How do you feel about marijuana use? You against it?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not against it at all.
All right.
Although I'm not a big proponent.
Oh, God.
We can talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
That's me. And we are live. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for checking back in with your broski, Bobby Pickles. Welcome to my Saturday stream. I should really be at CPAC today, but instead I'm podcasting with Wayne Gurman, a.k.a. the Gurminator, a former Golden Gloves boxer turned underworld bottom feeder. Gurman sold drugs, lent out money in order to collect vigorous debts, and was basically, just a total scum for many, many years of his life living in the Bronx. Wayne describes himself as a failed actor, but in my opinion, Mr. Gurman is no failure. He actually is a great fucking actor and a great fucking writer, and his movie was dropped in 2011, entitled Bronx Paradise, which is a film that is basically based on Gurman's life as a Bronxite scum, is a great fucking movie. Now, I'm not certain how or why Wayne Gurman decided to do this, but one day I received a package in the mail here at the sweatshop. And to my surprise, when I opened the box, I saw a lot of DVDs that look like this right here. And the box of DVDs, which I would soon discover was Wayne's film, was accompanied by a letter, which I shall read now. Wayne, if you don't mind, sir, I would like to share this with my audience. It was very nice to get this in the mail. My name's Wayne Gurman. Hi, Bobby. My name's Wayne Gurman. I am, hold on, let me try something here. Hi, Bobby. My name's Wayne Gurman. I'm close friends with Tina 40 from the Bronx. I just got back from D.C. last weekend where I stayed at the Hotel Harrington. I want to thank you and your organization for standing up for the future and freedom of our great country. Please accept my film as a token of appreciation. I want nothing in return. Feel free to sell it to your t-shirt shop and keep the proceeds as a token of my appreciation. I made this film a few years back. It's a true story based on my life in the Bronx as a low-level criminal character. It's collecting dust in my garage, and I prefer people to enjoy it and get a few laughs. I have about 1,500 more copies, so if you get rid of these, I will be happy to send more. I'm easy to find on the internet. Take care and keep fighting the good fight, Wayne Gurman. And so, Mr. Gurminator, thank you so much for doing this on a mid-Saturday. I'm sure you could be doing many different things, like getting overcome with anger when someone decides to park directly next to you in an empty parking lot, while you're trying to film an Instagram video in your car. Do you have anger management issues?
Okay, thank you for having me, Bobby. Pleasure to be on your show. Hello to everyone. Do I have anger management issues? Yes, I do. I was a short kid, a little bit of Napoleon complex, I guess, growing up. I was always the shortest kid, got picked on, but I was a very tough kid. My father beat me a lot. I don't have daddy issues. He was an angry guy. Love him to death. He just passed away a few weeks ago, actually.
Oh my God, man.
So thank you, Bobby. So I was taught to be violent as a child. My father beat me and my sister a lot, and so I learned to deal with violence, and I learned how to fight, and that's why I started boxing and got into. I've been probably in 150 fights in my life. That's roughly. I'm not counting exactly. I'm guesstimating on that. But
really,
very
wow,
easy access violence. But don't challenge me, anyone. I'm getting old. I'm 56 years old. I have an arthritic hip. So I'm no tough guy. I'm not trying to come across as a tough guy.
So who taught you how to box and stuff?
Well, I tell you the truth, the neighborhood older guys in my neighborhood, they used to set us up with little boxing exhibitions with kids my age, and I would beat the shit out of all of them. I remember many fathers from the neighborhood coming, not many, but a few, coming to my mother's house. Your son beat the hell out of my son, this, that, the other thing. And I remember when I was 17, my parents were called to a local crime scene where me and some friends beat the hell out of a guy, and I was one-on-one because we didn't jump on people. But we went into a store for some bullcrap beef, and I beat up a 35-year-old man. And when my parents went there after he got arrested, the man said, "I've never seen such an angry person in my life as your son. The violence, we just tore apart the whole store, this, that, the other thing." But there was definitely, once I got going, it was from 0 to 100. But as I said, now I've grown up over the years. I'm 56 years old. I'm not doing that anymore. My last fight was probably 8 years ago. Some guy cut me off in traffic, and it ended quickly.
What happened when that happened? Yeah. What happened when they cut you off in traffic?
Okay, so I'm in the Bronx. I'm driving to my cigar club. Me and some fat friends that we hang out with, some fat Italians. We smoke cigars there every night. So I'm heading there, and some young guy in a souped-up Camaro or something. He had to be 20 years old. He had the cut-off T-shirt. He was a real tough guy. So he started. Can I curse, Bobby, or no?
Dude, please curse. I encourage it.
I don't know. I haven't heard you curse yet, so I don't want to break the rules. So he starts fucking with me. He starts cutting me off for no reason at all. He goes around me. So now he's playing cat and mouse. And I'm a family man, right? I got a minivan. I got 4 kids. You know, my son's grown, but my kids were still young at the time. So he's fucking me in and out. Now we're yelling back and forth. So we go about 3 blocks, and he's playing cat and mouse. Stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. And excuse my fast mouth. I'm from the Bronx. Bob.
No. Please. This is awesome.
So anyway, he cuts me off at a red light, and we get out, and he gets out. Now he has everything. He has the tough car. He has the cut-off shirt. He's a tough guy. So he gets out. So I'm like, oh wait, low battery. Let me plug in here. So anyway. It's my daughter's phone. So anyway, there's a way to do it, Bob. So I'm coming up to him slowly, and I got my right side turned. You know, as a failed boxer, you got to know how. So I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? So I'm leaping, and whack, boom, he's out like a light. So now there are cars that have seen this behind me, and they're looking at me. Some woman behind me because we're at a red light. She's horrified, and I said, he started it. So I get in my car, and I see him getting up. He's like this. He's groggy. And I says, if you look at my fucking license plate, I'm going to kill you. So he put his head down, and I drove off, and that was that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And that was just
the last fight.
That was just a regular day in the Bronx, you know?
Right. Well, yes, it is. That's why I made the movie Bronx Paradise. I had so many crazy adventures in the Bronx. You know, my best friend worked for the local mobster, and he was a strong man for them. He did a lot of dirty work for them. I'm not going to mention the mobster's name. My friend has passed away since, but it was my friend John from the movie. If you watch the movie, it's my best friend. The movie is word for word true, 70%.
By the way, let me say, do you have that plugged in? Because I can hear me talking back. By the way.
Do I have what plugged in, Bobby?
You have that plugged into your phone, right? Yeah.
No, this is separate. This is the Bluetooth.
The Bluetooth, and it's hooked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and I just put in the charger because my daughter's phone was on 20%.
Okay.
Are we okay? Are you getting feedback?
No, I'm just getting a little feedback. I'm hearing myself, but that's all right. Well, I want to
turn the volume down. Yeah.
Maybe turn the volume down a little teeny bit.
All right. But iPhone. I hope I don't. Hope I don't turn it off. I'm not.
No. What I really, really wanted to talk about. No, you're good. You're good. Listen, we'll do this. What I really wanted to talk about. Well, not what I really want. I mean, I love your movie. Your movie's fucking awesome.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
The character actors, like the actors that you chose, they're fucking great.
Yeah, they are. They're fantastic.
Damn, where's it? Damn. Yeah. I hate when when they don't cast believable actors. Johnny, the black dude who wants his money, the guy from Bronx Tale who did the Mario test, Johnny's dad,
right?
Fucking Nicky Palladino. Yes. All those guys were like the right actors to choose for that for those roles. I hate when mafia movies they don't cast believable actors.
There's nothing worse than a bad mafia movie. There's nothing worse than a bad mafia movie, a cheesy mafia movie, contrived, and there's so many of them. That's why we appreciate the classics like Goodfellas, Casino, The Godfather, of course. But my movie, I want to make a movie similar to maybe Goodfellas in a way, but not so much mafia. But I wanted it brutally violent but funny. So I think I achieved that. Right. So
why brutally violent? Is brutal violence true?
Well, that was true. That's why. So throughout the years, I started selling drugs, cocaine in 1983. So, and through that time, there was many crazy stories I could tell, and I told some of them in the movie. And it just, I said, one day I got to make a movie. So my good friend John died in 2003. I always told him I'm going to make a movie one day. When he died in 2003, I started writing. It took me a couple of years. I'm lazy. I'm a
and that was John Tracatera or something like that, or something.
His real name is John Tancredi, but the actor who played him was John Palumbo, who was in Oz and several other things you may have seen him in. He's a fine actor. He did a great job as John. My friend John. See the difference. John was, I could be violent and I could get into a street fight, but I will not do enough usually to get me shot or killed or whatever, hopefully. John didn't know the difference. I've seen John many times, guns pulled out. He's like, shoot me, motherfucker, let's go. And I've seen him shooting at many people. I could tell you stories. When he shot at the two black guys at the gas station, that happened in Rockland County in the 80s. I'm not going to say exactly where or the year, but that was word for word true. Two guys staring at us at a gas station. And I'm like, what's the problem? The guy goes, what's your problem, motherfucker? And I said, I tell you what, finish pumping your gas and meet us over there across the street. John lets off 5 shots in the gas station. I'm like, and I'm driving away, Bobby.
But was it true? Was it true that they said that they had a gun first? Or they said we'll shoot you or something? They said something like that. We're going to shoot you.
No. He did
in the movie.
You want to get shot. But that's true as well. You're
right. That's provocation right there.
He goes, you want to get shot, motherfucker. He did say that, and John just shot 5 shots. They were right next to us.
I mean, they shouldn't have said that.
No, they should not have said that. But they didn't pull a gun out, I can tell you that. They said it.
They did say it.
And it was broad daylight, Rockland County, and I'm driving away. The funny part in the movie, and I'm driving away. I said, you fucking crazy? You're shooting these people in broad daylight, you fucking maniac. Are you insane? He goes, Wayne, slow down. You're going to get us arrested. I was like, what? How can you get arrested for driving fast? Bobby, it was hilarious. So I had to make a movie one day. There was a lot of those stories. So
wow.
And we tied it together. We tied it together with the mafia boss and this, that, the other thing. Even though a little of that was true about, not me killing him, of course, but I got a little pressure from local gangsters, whatever, but they never really bothered me too much for whatever reason.
Right. Now that movie, see, now you mentioned Goodfellas, you mentioned Casino, you mentioned all these great movies, and you know what?
Right.
I love those movies. I grew up fucking. Oh man, I could probably quote so many words out of those.
Absolutely,
I know all that monologue, all that great monologue. That's one thing I loved about your film. Your film had all this awesome monologue. you know, and like just you saying some crazy ass shit, like the one like about hey, don't bother me with your problems. I mean, now that's a thing that I learned back in college. Actually, my buddy Chris, who actually is part Italian, he's half Italian, and his mom is married to a black guy. He has a stepdad who's black. But anyway, he was at the bar, and I remember somebody was asking him something. He's like, hey man, I have my own problems, you know, leave me alone. And that was the first time I ever heard that before. So
Bobby, that is so on point. That scene is word for word true. My friend who passed away, his brother owed me money, and I'm very good friends with him to this day. We've actually become closer now. But I'm not even going to say his name, whatever, you know, in case he sees this, because we're Facebook friends. He's a wonderful guy. He's part of the Bronx Strong Group. I run a Bronx Strong Group. We'll get into that. So he owed me money 17 years ago, and he was ducking me. And I said, hey, Chris, what's up, buddy? Oh, Chris, I said his name. And he goes, Wayne, my aunt's been sick. She's in the hospital. And what I did in the movie was one take, because that was word for word exactly what happened. I says, what? You're telling me your problems, you motherfucking piece of shit? How dare you tell me your problems? Do I tell you my father's got a bad heart and diabetes? Do I tell you my mother's got fucking skin cancer, oat cell cancer? They had to do a biopsy and do whatever the scene was. It was a long time ago. But I went nuts on him, and it just turned out to be so real and genuine. That's my sister's favorite scene, too. And that's why I made the movie, because I wanted it to be as real and as authentic as possible. It almost played like a reality show, but we tied it together in a nice little bow and made an entertaining movie, I thought.
Yeah, my mom's a writer, and she writes. She writes science fiction stuff, and I haven't even read a lot of it because I like real stuff. I watch documentaries. I like gangster movies. I like movies about like reality, real stuff. Yeah. It's weird, you know what I'm saying? And
100%, yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
do you like
the right guy?
Do you like fucking you know that cut? You like Star Wars and shit like that, and like fantasy films?
I hate Star Wars. I'm a big horror movie guy. Star Wars, I fucking hate with a passion. I do love stupid horror movies. Anything with a vampire, with a werewolf, Underworld. I love that series, even though it's not great filmmaking. I just love that shit. From a little kid, I loved horror stuff. I remember waiting for a 6-foot-tall, glow-in-the-dark Frankenstein for 6 weeks when I was 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? And it made my life for that year.
All right, so you do like fantasy stuff and fiction stuff then?
Yes, but not a Star Wars guy. Right. For some reason, Star Wars it just doesn't agree with my stomach. But
well, you say, not to give our talk about each other's problems too much, but when we do have shared problems, you just mentioned something about your father passing away. That sucks. My dad died like 6 years ago, so I know how that feels.
Sorry to hear that. Well, I got to be honest with you. Yes, no, I'm sorry about your dad. With my dad, my mom passed 12 years ago. That was very, very hard for me. It was crushing. I was so close with my mother, and she didn't want to go. She wasn't ready.
My mom just got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
I'm sorry to hear that, Bobby. Jesus,
but yeah, no, I'm not trying. Hey, listen, once again, I'm not trying to tell you my problems like that. What I'm trying to do is just try to have a genuine conversation with two dudes who really haven't spoken that much. I talked to you briefly on the phone yesterday, but when you have something like that, we both have in common, like death of our parents. That's a major thing to go through as a human being, And
Absolutely.
so, what do you? Tell me, tell me a little bit about that. Talk to me a little bit about that, about what you're going through with that.
Well, I'm at peace with my dad leaving this world because my dad wanted to leave this world. He's 84 years old, which is not that old in today's standards. It's old, but he was not a healthy 84. He had diabetes, and he was very depressed. My mother left 12 years ago. So my dad would always say, the joke was, Wayne, get me a gun. I want to end it. For years now, like 3-4 years, he's been wanting to go. I said, Dad, I will not be complicit in your death. That's not happening. Now, if he was riddled with cancer, Bobby, and in pain, maybe I would have Bronx style put something next to him, that he found. But he wasn't. He was very depressed, and he was ready to go. And he was the glass half full guy, half empty guy. I'm sorry. And he was very down and depressed. So he wanted to go. So I'm at peace with his passing. He passed away in the hospital. I had nothing to do with it. But he wanted to go, so I was easily at peace with that. Losing my mother was devastating. She smoked since she was 13 to age 70. She got lung cancer, and she lasted, 6 months after the diagnosis, and it's very hard. But I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that, Bob. That's terrible. It really is.
Yeah, but what do you think that does to you? As like you said, 12 years ago, that was probably right around the time you decided to make that film, right?
Yes, 12 years ago we were touring with the movie. I told you yesterday. I spoke to you for the first time. We went to the Gasparillo Film Festival. It was one of the many festivals we went to in Tampa, and we had a great time there. We won awards all over the country. I don't know if you did any internet search on the film, but we did fantastic.
Well, yeah, I know. I know. It says on the film. It says all the different. There's a lot of different ones, right? So winner, all kinds of Best Picture awards.
Because it's real. It's funny. It's real. It's my life. It tells a true story, which people like a true story. And the acting is great. And you talked about the casting, Bobby. I casted everyone myself. I didn't hire someone to cast that film because I don't want someone fucking it up. So I cast the movie. I held casting sessions in Manhattan. I put out casting calls across the 5 boroughs, New Jersey, whatever. And that guy, John, who played John, he called me up. He goes, Wayne, I am this fucking guy. I grew up in Little Italy in Manhattan. I am this guy you want. You're your crazy friend. He was a little younger than me, 6 years younger, so I was a little worried about that, but it was fine. We got away with it. And the guy who played Nicky Palladino, the guy who played Nicky Palladino, I'm Nicky Palladino! That's based on a real-life friend of mine who just got out of jail a couple of years ago for murder, 16 years. He did 16 years, and I had to get permission from him, out of respect. I got permission for him to make the movie and use his character. I went up to visit him, wherever the hell he was back then. But we're good friends now. He's out of jail. He's actually in Florida now. He just retired. He's lived down there now. I don't know what part, but so it's just a real, authentic movie.
Was he in the Mafia?
He worked with my friend John. So the guy Nicky, in real life, they worked together. John and Nicky worked for the local guy. I'm not going to, of course, mention names. He worked for the local mafia, whatever you want to call it. But they did, whatever they did. I remember John, and I was smart, though. John was telling me a story many years ago when he was alive. He goes, Wayne, you're not going to believe what we did last night. I says, John, I don't want to fucking hear anything. Because if people know that I know you chopped up somebody or you did this, you did that, I don't want to know shit. So don't tell me. So that's a little bit of inside glimpse of what the relationship was, even though we were like brothers. I didn't want him sharing that with me. So,
now, okay, so my family's from Bridgeport, Connecticut, and right. my grandfather is, his last name's my last name's Picarillo. Let's just say that. So
right.
I mean, everybody had some kind of, I think, connection or whatever.
100%.
But like some more than others. I actually, it's a tale of two different guineas. My mom's dad was very hardworking, wasn't into that at all. But my papa, my dad's dad, went to the clubs, and he used to tell me all about it. And actually, he started being more open about it as he got older. Actually, he's still alive.
Right.
The crazy thing is he outlived everybody. It's pretty insane. They say only the good die young. I think that's true in a lot of ways. But
yes,
he would go to, he would tell me about the different ball clubs, and that was basically you're affiliated with them. They use this fucking language. It's hilarious, and they got so many stories. I wish I could get him on here again or whatever. I have had him once, but what
just being in the Bronx, and it doesn't matter if it's the Bronx. You got things everywhere. Connecticcut, Rhode Island,
you know about Bridgeport. Anywhere. You've been through Bridgeport at all?
Actually, I don't. I'm not too up on Connecticut. We used to go to Stanford to bang some Chinese girls at some place over there. But that's all I really know about Connecticut.
You took the metro up there, huh? I got off in Stanford.
No, we drove. Oh. There was Bobby Valentine had a bar behind there. There was a place called Susie Wong, We used to go there with some friends years ago. I wasn't so big on that. I prefer the massage and the rub and tug. I don't want to have sex with these
Okay.
My friends loved it. I'm a massage guy.
But the Bronx isn't far from there, and they have a lot of places will have they'll have their bread. Their bread will come in from Arthur Avenue or whatever, So
right.
It's almost like a little borough.
I do know about Waterbury, Connecticut. My son traveled. My son was a great baseball player. He almost got signed. He had a lot of tryouts for major league teams, and we went to Waterbury, Connecticut when he was 14 to play a tournament. So this scumbag from Waterbury, one of the parents, is arguing with one of my 14-year-old players. So I says, "Oh, what the fuck? The kid's 14. What are you arguing him for?" And he started saying something about the Bronx. I says, "Dude, you talk about the Bronx. I just drove through Moga fucking Dishu to get here. The Waterbury, Connecticut looks like a fucking shithole. You're talking about the Bronx?" And I couldn't believe it. It was like a fucking wasteland.
So that was just another reason. That was another reason for you to get angry.
Yes, right. I was angry he was talking to a 14-year-old. He was talking tough to him, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually beat up a coach from Stanford. We played when my son was 15. These little kids who are fucking wise-ass kids from Stanford. I don't know what's up with Stanford. So they started some shit with my son's team, and they threw a baseball at us after a little hullabaloo. My son was the initial one in the fight. My son's a tough kid. I taught him how to fight. Very tough kid. And there was a little thing there, and then they threw a ball at us, and I said to the coach after it was all, "Is that you, Bobby?" Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So they threw a ball at us, so then me and the coach started arguing. I was beating the shit out of him on the baseball field. I'm hitting him with uppercuts. I'm like, bam, bam, bam. He couldn't fight to save his life, the guy. He was like a nerdy guy, a nerdy white guy. But they were wise-ass kids, and one thing I learned, though, Bob, you always got to get the fuck out of there, because I knew that the cops were coming. So I learned that at a young age. We ran out of there very quick. I said, let's go, as soon as that fight happened. But that was that. It was a fun story.
Yeah, so the anger stuff, did you ever have to go into anger management or anything like that?
Well, I went to see a psychiatrist, I would say in the 1989. We talked about that. But my main concern, Bobby, was the AIDS virus. Now, I was a big whore back in the days. I was in my 20s in the 80s, and I was worried. When AIDS came out, I was like, motherfucker, I don't want to get this deadly disease. I want to live to see my grandchildren. So my psychiatrist talked me off the ledge. I didn't have AIDS. She went over all my worries and concerns, and that relieved me a lot. Believe it or not, I know it sounds ridiculous, but that was. Well, we talked about anger too. We did talk about that, but I could control myself, though. Like I said, my friend John, who's no longer with us from the movie, he didn't know when to stop. There was no really, there's no turn-off switch with him. With me, there was.
Yeah. Well, you were smart enough to chill out a little bit, huh?
I believe in longevity, Bob. You can't, all the tough guys I know are dead or in jail. You can't be really a tough guy in this world and last. You just can't. And I'm sure you know that same lesson. You can't really be a tough guy and do what you want and not go to jail or die.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, hold on one second. I got somebody at the door.
Yeah, go ahead, Bob. Do you think
this guy, hold on. No. I mean, I don't want to stop it all. No. It's like,
no.
Somebody is dropping in. Hold on.
Okay.
So Wayne.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I got a proud boy from Orlando, I believe, who just stopped by. He's in town. I see kids. Is it okay? Anyway, so just getting back to your story and stuff,
Yeah, no, I was done. If you want to talk about
why do you call yourself a failed actor, man?
That's just self-deprecating humor. I learned to be funny. It's not. If you try too hard to be funny, it's not funny. So if you just call yourself a jerk off, that kind of gets a little bit of a laugh. So I really don't think I'm a failed actor. I think I'm an excellent actor. I actually stopped acting to raise my daughters. My daughters, their mother. Here's a little picture right here, if you can see a little bit. That's my family. So those are my
Yeah,
3 daughters on the bottom.
it's a
That's my
beautiful
son.
family, man.
Yeah. Well, let me just block out this face. That's the mother. How he does. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I met her. She was kind of young. We had 3 kids right away, and I needed to raise my daughters. So I
How
stopped
old
the
were
pursuit
you?
of acting. I was 35 and she was 18. I met her. She had childbearing hips. I wanted more kids. I said, let's do it. I pulled her out of the projects. We had 3 babies, and the
See,
rest is history.
now
You know.
that is let's say, is a black woman thing a fetish or something? Like, why black chicks? And did you think that
Okay.
it was like easier to get with a woman who is willing to give you a lot of babies, to like you just said, pull her out of the projects and stuff at a young age?
Well, that's actually just being humorous. Even that's what happened. That's my humor. A little subtle humor there. But in essence, I did pull her out of the
But
projects.
were you
I
looking
remember
for
when.
that? Like, were you actively looking for that?
Okay, I was 35 years old, Bobby. I had my son was how old was he then? He was 8 years old, and I wanted more kids. I love children. I want a big family. I always wanted a big family. Here I am, 35, and I was more of like a hoe. I was fucking around. I don't do relationships well, so I didn't want to really. I wasn't really the marrying type because I always had a wandering eye, but I wanted more kids. So what do? I met this young lady. I met her on the internet, just as a by chance, in some chat room, and we hooked up on a date. We went to the movies, and we got along great. She moved in like 3 weeks later, a month later, and we fell in love. It didn't work out, but we had 3 kids right away, and the kids are the best thing in the world. My daughters, 3 daughters, they're beautiful women. They're smart. They're funny. And my son is wonderful. And I wanted more kids. That's basically what it came down to. As far as pulling out of the projects, I'm just joking around. But it didn't work out, me and her. But the kids are wonderful. And I raised the kids. So I stopped acting. That's why I started the story. I did stop acting, and I started doing my own stuff. So I'd made my own movie. I made a little cable series called Bronx Days, DAZE. I did Pots Pans Politics. It was a show about having libtards come in and cook in my kitchen. I would discuss politics with them about their hatred for Trump and all the lies they spoke. So they would come in, and I created a show, Pots Pans Politics, and we tried to shop it, but Hollywood doesn't want me, Bob. They don't want me. They don't want to help anyone.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, oh yeah, I know that. It's not what I think. They don't want me. They don't want a pro-Trump guy. Their hatred is so deep, Bobby. You know that. It's disgusting.
Man, I feel like that they're trying to do that to me too, man.
Absolutely. Bobby, once you got the moniker Proud Boy, forget it. You are the devil incarnate, right? You know that, right?
Yeah.
Even though the Proud Boys, to me, much respect. I love the Proud Boys. I love what they stand for. I love everything they do. That's why I sent you the box of films. And when I went to D.C. in December and I first met all the groups, you couldn't ask for a better bunch of guys, just patriotic Americans. I put the Proud Boys as what we had in 1776 when people rose up and they were sick of being taxed by the British. The Proud Boys are just great patriots. Fuck this racism bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. So, but what the left does to you and to me, I'm not, I'm my own guy. I do the Bronx Strong thing here. What they do is they label us as racist, as this, that. They got to destroy everyone, just like they tried to destroy Trump. I'll tell you a quick story. I started this Bronx Strong group right here. Sorry, it's backwards. But I reached out to Gavin of the Proud Boys, and I forget if I emailed or Facebooked them. I wanted to start a Bronx chapter of the Proud Boys. I love what you guys did and what you stood for. And I didn't hear back. It might have been an old expired email, whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I might have put the wrong, I might have had an old email or his old Facebook. I don't know what it was. But so I started Bronx Strong. We had 1,500 members in the first day. This is how many patriotic people are here in the Bronx that are sick of what Antifa and BLM are doing and tearing down this country. So we had 3,500 members within 2 weeks. Right now, we leveled off at 3,500 members. But let me tell you what the left did. The local scumbag, disgusting left. What they did to me was they didn't know who I was. They saw a bald head. They didn't know I had a black family. They didn't know most of my friends are black. Not that that matters. They're not tokens or props for me. Those are people I love. My family I love. My friends I love. But what they did to me was they said, Wayne Gurman runs Bronx Strong. He's a skinhead, racist, whatever. They were going to have a BLM rally at my house, Bobby. The local Bronx BLM planned a rally in front of my house. Now, I know a lot of people in the Bronx. So what I did was I turned up the heat on them. I started making videos showing my friends and my family, and I had a party here that day for the group, and I invited all my friends of all different colors that day. We sold the T-shirts that day, and these pussies didn't show up, of course, because then they realized, oh my God, we made a mistake here. This guy's not a racist. He's not a fucking skinhead. This guy has a black family, black friends. And my friends of color, they said, listen, did they come here? We're going to beat the shit out of them. This is going to be a big problem.
Well, listen, but, Wayne, yeah. I would like to induct you, please, at least give you your first degree into the Proud Boys, if you accept it. Now, do you want to be?
We'll talk about that.
Would you like to be a Proud Boy? You sent out a letter to Gavin McInnes. Listen, you wanted to start your own chapter in New York. Is that right?
In
the Bronx.
I wanted to start,
and he never got back to you. That's what happened.
But here's my gut feeling on that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't easy to find his info, to find an email. Or, like I said, it was a couple of years ago. It was maybe. Yeah, I know he was in the middle of a lot of heat. He was catching heat for a lot of bullshit back then, for whatever. You know how they lie about you. And it could have been an old email. My guess is he never saw it. That's my guess. But here's the problem, Bobby. I respect and love what you guys do, and I would be proud to be a Proud Boy, to be proud of America. But it's not easy here. You put me as a Proud Boy in the Bronx, and I was willing to do it. And but now I have Bronx Strong, my own group, and we're, whatever. We're solid. We're strong. I'm not saying, but you're putting a mark on my back. I am in the middle of liberal Marxist hell, Bobby. There's people around me. There are vipers circling around me that if I became a Proud Boy, you're putting marks on my kids. Doesn't matter that they have black.
So what? Now how much do you care about this country? Are you willing to stand up for yourself, 1776, and all the same things you were saying? Well, listen, I would like to recruit you into this. Please, that I really want you, and you're an exemplary, you're an example of what a Proud Boy is. And
I'll tell you right now, Bobby, thank you, and yes, I will accept. I'm not looking to start a Bronx chapter anymore. I got to be honest with you. Will I stand up for my country? Sure. I came to DC to let my voice be heard, right? It's just I have a family here. It's not always that easy. I'm in the middle of fucking hell here. I'm outnumbered 50-1 here. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that easy. It's not like I live 20 miles away and I talk a tough game. I'm in the middle of Marxist fucking hell here. So it's not that easy, and I have a family to raise here, but there's going to be arrows slung at me nonstop. Now, Wayne Gurman, you want to induct me in the Proud Boys? I'd love to be part of the Proud Boys. I have much respect for you guys. You guys are just like me. And I love what you guys stand for. So that's fine. Am I looking to start a chapter anymore? No, I don't need to fight that fight right now. I got to be honest with you.
But you can be dually enrolled in two different things. You started another club, and it really doesn't matter as long as you have that same kind of philosophy. Right. But with Proud Boys is different, and we want fighters. We need fighters. Yeah. And you're a fighter. You're a fighter with a black family, and there's no. There's our chapter in New York has been decimated basically, because of all the BS that's happened over at the Republican Club, and the Antifa and the guys in jail and stuff like that, So there's been a lot
of. That's what would happen to me if I started a chapter tomorrow, Bobby. Say you said.
But why do you think that? I think it's up to you to act in a responsible manner and be an example of what a Proud Boy should be, and then you change 100%. What the club has been. Kind of branded as. People like such as yourself would help us to get a better. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I'm with you, and I'm not a Proud Boy right now, but I've been fighting that fight for a couple of years now. I get people blasting on local Facebook and other pages for political commentary, blasting the Proud Boys. I'm like, what are you fucking people talking about? The Proud Boys, correct me if I'm wrong, Bobby, were they not started because they were sick of Antifa and BLM destroying America and they just wanted to stand up for their country? Is that true or false?
Yep, true.
Right. They were founded in 2016, I believe. Antifa, BLM was around way before then, destroying America. The 5 Dallas cops shot, slaughtered. Okay, what was that, 2015 by the BLM associated member. I love how they killed those 5 cops. They tried to separate that BLM guy from BLM. it's just sickness. But yes, I hear what you're saying, Bobby, and I would be proud to take that mental, and I would do that 100%. 100%. And I've been fighting that fight already. I'm constantly saying, and there are people like me in the Bronx, like a couple of veterans I know, and I met them in D.C. actually. I didn't know them in the Bronx. I met them in D.C. And the guy, there was a problem at a local meeting after that D.C. thing, and the guy, I told him a story that this motherfucker was bringing BLM to my house where my family lives, and he wound up knocking out the guy 2 weeks later because the guy, the Antifa, Bronx Antifa guy, showed up at a meeting they were having to save the restaurants in the Bronx because they're being shut down with all this bullshit. And the guy started filming everyone, and he actually touched a girl, like kind of pushed her back, and the guy got knocked out. But, it's just, this is the guy who came after me. They were making videos about me, putting on the internet, Wayne Gurman, white skinhead, white supremacist, hates people of color. They were making all sorts of videos about me. That's just an inkling of what happens here. You get all sorts of lies. But I'm willing
So
listen.
You're not worried about more of that?
No, I'm not. I don't give a fuck. I can give a shit.
You're a fighter.
I do. But do I want to start a chapter right here out of my house? No, I'm not.
No. Listen. There's a New York chapter, but it's not,
Right.
I don't know what's going on with it, but you should try to join. So that's all I'm saying.
It's not. I did.
Are you a Western chauvinist who refuses to apologize for creating the modern world?
Absolutely. No. I refuse to apologize. 100%. America's the greatest country ever that ever existed. No doubt about that. 100%.
Now you were down in Washington D.C. Apparently, right. So you sent me a box of these DVDs. Right?
Right.
And you were staying at the Hotel Harrington. Right. And were you staying down there? You went down there for a rally with the Bronx Strong group?
No, a few members of Bronx Strong went, but Tina Forte invited me to come. Tina was down with the whole movement much more than I am. She was getting out there a lot. I was more, I was more with the Bronx Strong here. And I wasn't, in 2016, I was out there all the time for Donald Trump. All the time. I was on overpasses with signs. I was going down to Trump Towers in Manhattan and doing rallies, all that. But when 2020 was coming along, Tina was so front and center that I tried to come to a few of her things just to watch her back. And DC, I had a feeling it was going to be a little rough, so I wanted to watch her back. So she said, stay at the Hotel Harrington. There'll be the Proud Boys are there, and other groups are there, other people are there, and a great bunch of people. So I booked my room. Me and several friends went down there that were in Bronx Strong, and we were like,
and then how did you think to send me that box of DVDs?
Okay, that was just purely out of the blue. So when I got home, I said, you know what? These guys are fantastic. They stand up for American principles. They're proud to be an American. They're not apologists. These guys I love what they're doing. And I want to donate. So I said, you know what? I just did a search. And I remember a group from Florida. I guess it's your group, right? And I said, you know what? I did a search. I see you had a shop. You have a store down there, correct, Bobby?
That's correct.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to, this guy, Bobby, I'm going to send him these things. And I wrote the note. I says, here, I want my movie to be seen, but it's not so much about the vanity and ego. My movie's been seen a lot already. I travel the country with it. I sell it on Amazon. I sell copies. I've sold, many hundreds of copies across the country. But I wanted to donate to the Proud Boys pretty much. But I knew you guys would love the movie too, because I think there's a kinship there. We kind of cut from the same cloth. If you know what I mean.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you guys would love it, so I sent you the box. I said, and I didn't hear from you for quite a while. I said, oh, maybe they threw it in the garbage. Maybe they didn't really open it. I don't know. Maybe they didn't do nothing with it. But now I was surprised to hear from you a couple of days ago.
Oh my God, no. The problem was I've been systematically removed from social media, all social media, Facebook, Instagram. Anything. The only thing that I have really is the YouTube channel, and they do all kinds of algorithms to try to stop you and stuff like that. If you're being pro Proud Boy or pro Trump or anything like that. So anyway, so when I look and I search for you, it was actually pretty hard to find you. I found one thing on Instagram. Yeah. I was looking on your IMDb, and I was trying to find your email or something like that. I couldn't find it. So it took me a little while.
You know what? I should have been a little more helpful there. I used to have a website that I actually let go to. I let it go into the ether. I had it for many years. I had all my info. I forgot that I had let it. I stopped paying for the domain name. So I should have. I didn't write my number down on that paper, huh, Bob?
Nothing. Nothing. No number. No nothing.
Yeah,
it just said. It just said. I'm easy to find on the internet.
I'm currently in a 60-day ban from Facebook. I had 30 days out. I came back after 30 days, and within 30 minutes, they gave me 30 more days. There was some liberal twat that was abusing some people I know, and I called her a sea hag because she's liberal and she's a fucking looks like a sea hag, and they put me back in for 30 days for that. So talk about, you could cut off Donald Trump's head. You could say, let's kill Barron Trump. That's fine. But God forbid you call a liberal a sea hag, you're in jail. It's unbelievable. It's disgusting what they do, these people.
Well, she is a sea hag, probably.
Oh, she's disgusting.
She is. I mean, I was, yeah. So anyway, it's kind of difficult to do business and over this internet thing, and
right. Gotcha.
When you've been kicked off all that stuff. So I love things like Parler. Parler's great, and are you on there? It's exploding.
I got on there a month ago, but then they were shut down. Maybe 2 months ago, I got on there. I'm a little lazy, I'm a man of my routines. I haven't really. I've been saying to all my friends, we got to get over to Parler. Is it easy to use? Because I didn't see many people I knew there a couple of months ago. Talk to me about Parler real quick. How do you like it?
I love it. It's so great. It's awesome. Okay. Yeah, and it's just back up, and you should really get on there. And maybe you should, I think you should become a Proud Boy, man, and just get nuts. I think that you have a lot to offer the group, and there's a lot of power that comes with being a part of a network like this and being a part of a fraternity of brothers. And you seem like the kind of person that would see how the thing about Parler turned into me just trying to sell you more on the Proud Boys. I'm sorry, I'm a salesman,
Bobby,
man.
If you want to make me an honorary Proud Boy, I'm all in. I got much love for you guys.
Honorary? No, I don't want honorary. I want you to join up, man. God.
Then I'm in. How do I join? I don't know.
How do you join? I'll get you all the information.
I'll tell you a funny story. This is why I don't ask questions anymore. Yeah. 18 years old, I went downtown to see a movie called Hell's Angels Forever. My buddy John from the movie, the Crazy John, who was my dear friend, he wanted to be a Hell's Angels at that point. He was into all that shit. So, not that there's anything wrong with it, of course, but that's what he wanted to do. So I said to one of the Hell's Angels, they were from all over the country. So here I am, my first bald head. I'm 18 years old, little Wayne Gurman. And I said to one of the Hell's Angels, hey, how do you get to be a Hell's Angel? He goes, don't talk to me. So I learned not to ask too many questions. Even though I was a little tough guy from the Bronx, half a tough guy, I said, you know what? Let me not ask questions anymore.
What do you think about the Capitol?
Okay, so the Capitol. I knew it was going to be rough there. Here's what I think about the Capitol. There's a few things to talk about. I didn't go to that one. I'll tell you why I didn't go. Donald Trump invited us all, and I got much respect for Donald Trump, much love, and I fought on the internet for Donald Trump, many a battle, and in real life, as far as verbal, what I'm talking about. And he says, everyone come, everyone come, everyone come. And I was doing rants on my political rants. I says, why are we coming, Donald John Trump? Oh, say, can you see? Why? Is there a celebration happening? Why are we coming? And I still can't figure out, why are we coming? If you're not going, and I don't want to say anything wrong, but if you're not going there to hang Nancy Pelosi from a fucking tree, what's the point? I don't mean that figuratively, but you understand what I'm saying, Bobby? What's the point? We were already there a couple of times in D.C., so what are you going there for? That was my problem here. Is there going to be a party? You got an announcement, Trump? You finally have the evidence. We know they stole the election. There's no doubt they stole the election. Well, there's 95 million mail-in votes from across the country. We know it. We know about Dominion voting machines, all that bullshit. God forbid you mention that. So my problem was, why are we going there? We were just there a few weeks earlier when I went there, and then we had a nice rally. It was a wonderful day. A couple of days I was there. But I just couldn't figure it out. And I'm still at a loss for words. America knows you have a huge following. You had 75 million votes, Donald Trump. So I just couldn't figure it out. So I decided I couldn't go. It's actually my daughter's birthday. January 5th is my daughter's birthday. So
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
leave my daughter. So that's the main reason I didn't go. But I was also like, why are we going? What's going on now? As far as the Capitol goes, how they let everyone in, and are they one step ahead of us? They're fucking Barack Obama running a shadow government. Let them all in, make them look bad, let them cause violence. Let's mix Antifa in there. The best thing is that someone said was, the Trump supporters were the wood, and Antifa was the match. That's the best analogy I could hear of that. So you had the agitators who mixed in there, and they posed as Trump supporters, and they went in, they broke the windows, they did this, they did that. As far as that girl being shot dead, horrible. I seen her video. She seemed like a great patriot. She was military. It just sickens me. Should she be breaking into the bowels of the Capitol? I don't know. What's the plan here, Bobby? I don't know. So I'm glad a lot of Americans showed up, but I just didn't know why. Can you answer that, Bobby? Is it just to show our face again that we're proud and we stand behind Trump? But we already know that. We know that we're proud and we stand behind Trump. So what am I missing here?
I had a Japanese TV crew over here interviewing me earlier, and they were asking me that question about, what was the point or whatever and everything,
Right.
And I think that the point was just to say, hey, you know what? Thank you very much for being an awesome president. We really appreciate that, and we're here just to get your back one more time, basically, because you're asking for it. We're not going to question it. I'm not going to question it like an angry Wayne Gurman. I'm just going to show up. I'm going to show up because, I don't know, man. There's a lot of never Trumpers in the Republican Party and stuff. And I consider myself a forever Trumper. You want to help me start a group? That's a new group I want to start. Forever Trumper. I already got the .com, man, forevertrumper.com. So don't try to go trademark that. That's my thing. No. I'm telling that to the world right now. The world, don't try to do it. Anyway,
I'm too lazy to trademark that. But I'm a huge Trump supporter. Now I got to be honest with you though. Trump, he stood up for us. He was a voice for us, for Americans who cared about our country, about being destroyed. But if it was Ted Cruz, it wouldn't matter to me because I believe a guy like Ted Cruz could do the same thing. I believe DeSantis, the governor of Florida, could do the same thing. It's not so much about the person. It's about the message and the love, the patriotism. That's what it's about to me. So, what the left likes to argue with me and others like to say, oh, you're a Trump zombie. Whatever he says, you'll do. You love. No, it's not about the man. It's about the love of the country and someone that will stand for conservative values and principles. That's what it's about. So
yeah.
I don't know.
No, I see your point. I think that I think what he did was he inspired a lot of people. Now I think what's going to happen is, would you ever consider, running for Congress or something like that, or getting into local government? I mean, you just said that you're lazy though, so I don't even know why I'm asking. But
I'm not lazy when it comes to things
That's what needs to happen, I think. Here's the plan, okay? I'll tell you it right now. We're all going to run as dinos, Democrats in name only. You know how they got rhinos? We'll do the same thing to them. We'll all win and then pull the old switcheroo. Yes. That's what needs to happen. We got to get these guys somehow. Yeah. And also watch out. I think you're hitting your microphone.
I'm sorry, Bobby.
No problem.
But what the hell happened? Bill Barr, what the hell happened to this? All these people around Trump. Now, I wasn't ready to go there January 6th and say goodbye. I thought it was supposed to be a celebration, that they had the rock solid evidence. They had the Dominion machine switching votes. If it was just a goodbye, fine. I thought it should have been said it was a goodbye. But I don't know. But just all these people, they're just so disgusting. It's just, they all failed him up and down the line. There were so many snakes in the grass. What's his name? McConnell. Oh, my God. The knives in the back, like Marcus Crackus, fucking Julius Caesar, fucking Brutus, right in the back. There's so many knives that Donald Trump has to pull out of his back. It's unbelievable. It's really sickening what the left does. The left, They have destroyed the world. They're trying their best to look at Europe, look at other places. What the left does is just, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Of course you know this, and this is why I believe a group like the Proud Boys is so popular and loved. But it's horrible, and it's really heartbreaking to see. And I see it every day here in the pit of hell.
Why are the Proud Boys loved like that? Like, do you think, like, you're sitting here watching from afar, and you haven't gotten into it, even though I'm asking you to? What's your perception of the Proud Boys like?
Very, very simply, they love America. When I went down to D.C. and I spent 2 days in the Harrington, and I was around them in the elevator with the Proud Boys, when I was in the street with them, I saw patriots. And this is what people love. I didn't have to go to D.C. to see this. I already knew what the Proud Boys were about. Even I didn't do a lot of studying, but I knew. I knew from seeing Gavin McInnes talk about it. I knew exactly where they were coming from. All right? And it's just that they love America. We're scared of losing our country, Bobby, right? We are scared. I have very good friends, lawyer friends, these friends, people with wealth, people without wealth. They're scared of losing their country. They're scared of what the left is doing. My kids are in more danger today because there's no borders, no bail, no jail. If New York City is shutting down Rikers Island and other jails, the criminals are in the streets, the bums, the mentally ill, they're all in the streets.
Yeah.
The crime rate is through the roof. It's disgusting. My kids, my daughters have a greater chance of being raped and murdered than they do under a Donald Trump or Giuliani when he was here or Republican leadership. It's disgusting.
So why not leave? And just like so many people are leaving, I guess you're completely embedded there, huh? You never thought about leaving like the actual movie? In the
Yes.
end of the movie, you leave the Bronx.
I do. That was fiction. That didn't really happen. And of course, in my movie, like I said, the movie is 70% true. I didn't really kill the mafia boss, and my penis is incredibly huge. Those are the two things that were not true. Like I told you that.
How convenient. That's the thing that's not true.
It's embarrassing how big it is, Bobby. It's unbelievable. But
obviously, hence the black women.
Yes. Right. Well, I think I love black women. Now, I got to tell you, my last white woman was 1996. I went black. I never went back. I think I go with black women to prove if I could please them sexually, that I'm okay. Right?
Damn.
You over there. But yeah, psychologically, though, that might be true, right?
Absolutely.
No,
that's true.
No, I just really love the cocoa butter.
Leaving the Bronx. Leaving the Bronx was the question.
Oh, okay. So I'm at a point now that my father just left us, sadly. So I have no more strings here. I'm actually getting.
And by the way, you're not Italian. Is that correct?
No, I'm Irish. Irish Russian Jew. So I'm Irish from the waist down, unfortunately, and from the waist up, I'm Russian Jew. It's very sad. It's very sad the way that shook out. But I'm half a Hebe, half a Mickwit, half a cock, right? If you saw the movie, you would know that.
Yeah, it's in the movie. That's a great line in the film. From a dream sequence. You wake up from a nightmare, actually.
Yeah.
And
my father had a 9-inch cock. My father had two brothers, Alan and Jamie, and they also had 9-inch penises. They are Jewish with big hands, nose, feet, and dicks. When I was a young boy, Bobby, I used to take showers with my dad. I used to look at my dad's penis with amazement. I could not believe that one day my little peachy, my little dime
Pichadil
would one day be as big as my dad's. Anyway, that's a little advertisement for the movie.
Speaking of Pichadils, I heard you say on your live feed on your Instagram, your Instagram video, you said jadrool. And that's a
jadrool. Yes.
That's cucumber.
So my opening,
cucumber, right?
Yeah. Oh, jadrool. I don't even know what it means. I don't know what half the words I say mean.
Oh, that's an Italian word. It means cucumber.
Oh, okay. So
my grandfather used to say that. They call you a bad, like it's a bad word. It's a bad word, I guess.
I thought it meant like an idiot. Doesn't it mean an idiot?
Yeah, it's like an idiot, Yeah, but literally, I think it literally means I mean, he told me that's what it means, but whatever.
So my opening, if I could do a little shtick here. So I open my videos with, hello, my friends, Wayne G, the Gurminator. What's up, chica? Gabron, maricón, ese gringo, vato, shidrul, malaca, bendejo, dumko, schadenfreude, sputnik, pega, puñeta, aputa de bromba. No Crisco, daddy-o. So that's my little intro.
Is there those are all the different languages right there?
Well, I started small, and my German friends said, "Can you add Dummkopf, Schadenfreude?" So I did that. My Yiddish friend said, "It's Sputzlichtfeger." I don't even know what that means, but he told me to add it. And I've had other friends of different ethnicities ask me to add things, so it's gone. Now I got about 15 words where it used to just be gringo, hermano, esse, vato. So it just grows, it's just a little
Now,
fun.
do you actually get up there and do comedy? Do you do stand-up comedy sometimes?
No, sadly, I have balls to act, but I don't have the balls to do comedy. And I would be a good comedian.
I think you could do it. I think you could do it.
I could do it, no doubt about it. But there's a little part of me that says, no, I don't want to get booed off the stage, Babito. I don't want to get booed off stage. So, but I got the whole shtick down. I go on there, talk about my little penis, my love of black women, and I think that would lead to a lot of laughs. But, one day I'd like to do it. I'll be like that guy in the retirement home, 75 years old, and doing his comedy act.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
There's only two places in the world that start with the Bronx and the Vatican.
There you go. The Vatican.
That's right. That's right.
You knew that before my movie, Bobby?
No, I did not.
Probably yes. Oh, you did not?
I didn't. I did not know that. Why? What is the significance? That's the last question I'm going to ask you. Is that what's the significance of that line?
Oh,
what does that mean to you?
It means nothing. My dear friend who helped. He helped with the movie. He helped me write it a little bit because I had trouble finishing the movie and tying it in a nice little bow. And he's a writer, James McSherry, a good friend of mine. He came up with that line. So there's a million stories within the movie, and we were talking about that. He says, Wayne, put this line in. There's only two word places with the word third in front of it, the Bronx and the Vatican. And so I did. I can't take credit for being a genius on too many things, Bob. I got to be honest with you.
You are a genius, man. Listen. All right, so what are we going to do here? If people want to see your video, what can they do? They can reach out to you?
They can go to Amazon.com and get Bronx Paradise. They can reach out to me. If they're in the Bronx, look me up, and I'll throw a copy in your mailbox. I've actually showed up. People have ordered my movies that live in the Bronx. I'll show up, sometimes alone, sometimes with my little team, and they'll be like, hey, Wayne Gurman, how you doing? I'm delivering the movie. I deliver a poster, maybe a T-shirt, too. So I love people. Go ahead, Bobby.
No. Keep going. Sorry.
No, I'm saying I love people that enjoy my movie. Like, we traveled all over the country, and it was a really good feeling to have you. I worked very hard on this movie. We edited it for a year and a half. I wanted it to be just right, so I put a ton of work in it. And to see people enjoy the movie, we had nuns in Tampa love the movie. We had people all across America love the movie. And when I show up into California, Chicago, this place, they would see me right away, and they would talk. They'd come running up to me, talking to me. I'd see them pointing at me, and not that I'm dying to fucking be a famous guy, but they loved my movie. So that made me feel so good that there's something I put so much work into it that they appreciated so much. And just like I enjoyed talking to you about the little ins and outs and intricacies of the film and how what's real, what's not, and all that stuff. It makes me feel good that people appreciate it.
Well, I'm now licensed to distribute some of these within my Proud Boys network, right? Is that correct?
Oh, no, please, Bob, I'll send you 500 movies.
I don't want to step on your toes, man. I really don't want to step on your toes because I intend on, actively recruiting you. Because we need people like you in New York, in the New York metropolitan area. Right. Definitely.
Well, I'm down. I am with that, Bobby. I am.
I don't want your family to be, put in jeopardy or anything like that. But come on, man.
I can navigate around that.
You're doing the Bronx Strongs thing already. What's two groups? I
agree. No, I'm fine with that, and I would be honored to be a Proud Boy. I'm just not running a network out of my house here. It'd have to be skillfully dealt with.
It's not done like that. I'll talk to you more about it. But but thank you so much. And listen, I'm going to have you on again. All right.
Bobby, anytime. As far as getting my movie out there, I'll send you down 500 copies. Show every Proud Boy in America my movie. Give them something.
Anybody who's a Proud Boy, if you reach out to me on Telegram. I will mail you a copy.
Absolutely.
All right?
Absolutely. And if you need more copies, I'll send them down to you, Bob. Bobby, I'm actually renting an RV and traveling America in about a month or two. I'm going to come down and see you, okay?
Oh my God, yes!
I'm traveling the country, okay? Me and my daughters. We're going to travel America.
That sounds so beautiful. So you're going to come down to West Palm Beach. You're going to come into the sweatshop. You're going to do a podcast right here.
100%.
We're going to do one in the shop. You and all your black daughters.
I got friends down there.
They got to be on here too. They could be on too, I'm sure.
No, my daughters are coming 100%. They're going to be with me. They're traveling with me.
Nice.
Yeah, as long as they're not in a fucking coma like their mother. We got to wake them up just to get them out of the RV.
Yeah.
They like to sleep, these fucking kids. Anyway, Bobby, much love. It was a pleasure doing your show. I really enjoyed myself.
Much love. Thank you so much, my brother. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And if you want to hang on, I'm just gonna do the outro, and then I'm gonna finish up. But you don't have to if you don't want to. But I'm just gonna go to the outro right now. Thank you so much for watching today's stream. If you're in the market for some awesome custom T-shirts, check out fatenzo.com. I'm Bobby Pickles, and I've had an outstanding time with you today. I appreciate you very much, but I appreciate you more for liking and sharing this podcast. There's a 20-year-old nerd sitting in a back room at Google with cum stains crusted on his pants, deciding who wins or loses in life because he learned how to code while living in his mommy's basement. So are you going to allow that? It's time to fight back. So give that dork a slap, and why don't you go ahead and do that by posting this to Parler. And always remember, friends, proud of your boy.
Outstanding. Tattoos, t-shirts, politics, history, and hot sauce on everything. Bobby Pickles. Pop culture, documentaries, conspiracy theories, sarcasm, and fear. It's a conversation started in